Hi everyone, and welcome to my review of Siam Park, which has been voted for 10 consecutive years the best water park in the world according to TripAdvisor. And really, it is fantastic. So once you enter the park, you just need to go through, and the first thing you'll see is the Sea Lion Island, which is great, and you get to see them all having a good time. And then behind there, if you do want a locker, then you can find the lockers just behind in the floating market, which is about €7 for the day. And then you can get on with the rest of your day. So looking at the map, all of the best rides are to the left. So that is where I would say start. As soon as you get there, first things first, start on the left. And this is the first ride you want to take. It's Kinnery. Now Kinnery is in the open in the mornings and closes about lunchtime. So I'd say, in our opinion, this is probably the best ride here. Definitely the most exciting anyway, because it's got some really big drops. But if you can do this 2 or 3 times first thing in the morning, I think it's a perfect way to start your day. It's also worth noting that it is a 4 tube that you've got here. So most of the time we were with other people, but if you are lucky and you get up there before people are there, you can go on as a 2. But if you are a single or a 3, you'll have to wait for other people to turn up, which is a bit of a pain, but definitely worth it. Now once you've finished here, it's time to head next door to Cypher, which is a water coaster, and you get jets of water pushing you up and down the lift hills. And every time you go up one, you'll have buckets of water dumped on your head, and it is great fun, but also very wet. So even though it's a water park, I understand that you do get wet on the rides, but this one you get absolutely drenched. It was also good because apart from 2 or 3 people, generally this ride was quite quiet because 4 people go at a time. You have to go in a 2 though, so that's another thing. If you are on your own, you'll have to wait for another single rider to come and go on with you. But again, that's not an issue, and generally people come along quite quickly. Now after Cypher, I'd say you need to go to the Patong Rapids, which it's hard to find the little gap to where you walk up to the actual rafts, but there's 2 at the top, Patong Rapids and the Pekong Rapids. This is the Patong Rapids, which I think is probably the better one of the 2, but they're both equally good. But this one is one that does have a bit of a queue because it's quite a long ride, and there's quite a lot of families that can use this as well because the height limit isn't as high as the others. So you do get a lot more people queuing for this one, so just bear that in mind and try and make sure you go on this early morning to avoid any queues. But even if you do queue, I think it was about 10-15 minutes max, so it's not the end of the world. Anyway, this one is the Pekong Rapids. Also, it's worth noting, if you do want to take your phone on any of these rides, you can do. So you can bring your own waterproof case for your phone, and they don't mind you using them. Or I was using a GoPro with a wrist strap, and they didn't mind us using that either. So they are quite lenient. The only one they wouldn't let me use it on was the Tower of Terror. So after these 2 rapid ones, we walked over to the Dragon, which is another really good one. And I just thought I'd do a quick video here just showing how quiet the park actually is. So this was the queuing system, and we just could walk pretty much on everything. So it was amazing. And the Dragon is another 4er, so you can go in 2, but it's very rare that this one hasn't got people waiting because it's more in the centre of the park. But our queue time was probably about 5 minutes on this, which wasn't really too bad at all. And it is a really good ride, but it is very quick. So if you do want to go on this early morning, you're more likely to get on it quicker. Whereas in the afternoon, I think there's a bit more of a queue. Next, we headed over to the Jungle Snakes. So you've got quite a few of the different sides here, but only some of them were working when we were there, so they kept turning 1 or 2 of them off. So you generally only had 2 to choose from, but the one on the left is definitely the fastest one. And if you can do that, I'd say stick to the one on the left because this one isn't as good. Again though, no real queues. And then this was one of my favourites. It was really underrated. It's called Naga Racer, and you go on your chest, down, sliding down, and it's really quite fun, and you do go really fast as well. And this barely ever had a queue, which was brilliant. This one was called the Giant, and you could go on as a single or a double rider, which was brilliant. And it was quite good fun. It's like a toilet bowl, but you went quite fast, and it was always quite quiet during the end of the day. Around lunch though, it was quite busy, so just bear that in mind as well. After this one, we went to one of the other really good and very popular rides called Singer, similar to the beer, but this one is really, I think it's almost identical to Cypher, except I'd say this one's faster and you're not racing anyone, it's just you two in an inflatable. So again, it's a tour, so you can't go on your own, so you will have to get someone else to go with you. But it is good, and it is the fastest, I'd say, of the two. So you will enjoy this. And then after you've done all of these thrill rides, if you've got a small child with you, like we did, we headed over to the lazy river, which is called the Mai Tai River. So it's got a really nice, quiet section, which just goes round in a circle. Or if at the end of the lazy river you want to go to the left, you'll go up this little conveyor belt, and then at the top you've got another rapids, and then it takes you onto this, which is really quite underrated because no one really talks about this, but it is good because it's like you're just sliding down the rocks. So the attention to detail is brilliant. The whole park is brilliant in terms of you're just in a rainforest. So overall, I'd say this was really good fun. And then where it finishes, you go into the shark tank, although on this particular day, I don't know in December if they stopped the sharks, but there wasn't actually anything in it other than a stingray. Unfortunately though, going up the conveyor belt, you have to be 1.2 to go. So if you do have a child, you're probably best off going here, which is to the beach with the wave pool. But obviously don't get too far in, because this is the biggest wave pool in the world apparently, 3-meter waves, and it really does hit you with a punch. So I managed to go quite far in, not quite sure how bad it was going to be, but as you can see from this, I got absolutely walloped by it. And then I was under the water and didn't know where I was for a good couple of seconds, but it was brilliant. The beach does have a restaurant as well, which is really reasonably priced, and it was really nice. For your young children, they have got an epic area. It's called the Lost City, and it's got their own little water flumes, it's got loads of water, like things to play with, and a big bucket that tips on their heads, and all sorts of things. The water was a bit cold when we were there, but it's, for most children, in summer I imagine it'll be absolutely packed, but it's brilliant. Honestly, it had only just opened when we got there after being refurbished, and I was so impressed. So for little ones, Siam Park has got you covered. I think it was cold because it had only just been filled up because it was only just open. Now this one is the Tower of Power, and it was always empty, so I managed to go on this loads and loads of times, and it is really good fun and very high. So, is it worth visiting in winter? Absolutely yes. You get the benefits of warm weather around 22 Celsius, as well as water heated to 25 Celsius year round. We went at the beginning of December, and I would estimate the park was around quarter full, possibly less, meaning that the mornings from opening until about 12, and then the afternoons from around 3 until 5, most rides were able to just walk on with 0 queues, with the peak time only having very small queues of maybe 5 minutes, 10 at max. In summer, the lifeguard said queues can be well over an hour. We managed to do every available ride at least 3 times each, as well as had access to some lounges at the beach and around the park. They do have a children's wave pool as well, which in summer would be useful, but as the park was so quiet, we could use the main wave pool and keep our little one in the shallow area where the waves are much safer. The only downside I can think of visiting in winter is we could not try the side called Volcano, as it was closed, and there was a few of the days where some of the other sides were also closed. For example, Jungle Snakes only had one running. We were also lucky as the Lost City, which is the children's area, had only just reopened after its refurbishment. So that is something to definitely consider. But overall, I would definitely recommend it. For me personally, a few closed attractions is much better than a day of queuing. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll try and answer them as best I can. Have a great holiday and enjoy the best water park in the world, that is Siam Park.